The deep ones of Lake Tahoe, secrets in the depths. Scary story published by Scare Fiction. Chapter 1. The Call of the Depths. The crystal clear waters of Lake Tahoe stretched out beneath the azure sky, its serene beauty a canvas for the tales it held within. The sun dipped low, casting a warm, golden glow across the landscape, and the air was filled with the gentle lapping of waves against the shore. Nestled between the towering mountains, the lake seemed like a tranquil haven for those seeking solace. The air around Lake Tahoe was thick with an unsettling stillness as the group of friends arrived at their lakeside cabin. The water, usually a mirror reflecting the tranquil beauty of the surrounding mountains, now seemed to hold a foreboding secret beneath its surface. The serene beauty that initially captivated them now masked an ancient malevolence. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that danced eerily along the shoreline. Emily, the adventurous soul, couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. As the group gathered by the water, the once inviting waves now whispered unsettling secrets, and the lake's gentle ripples felt like phantom fingers caressing the shore. Strange occurrences began to unfold with the descent of night. Unseen eyes seemed to follow the friends' every move, their gazes drawn to the dark abyss beneath the lake's surface. Shadows twisted and contorted, taking on unnatural forms that slithered away when stared at directly. Emily's excitement turned to unease as she noticed the water pulsating with an unnatural rhythm, as if the lake itself had a heartbeat. Mark, the pragmatic thinker, dismissed it as a trick of the mind, but even he couldn't ignore the oppressive atmosphere that clung to the air. Cabin, once charming and inviting, now echoed with creaks and whispers. The friends exchanged uneasy glances, their laughter subdued by an unspoken fear. Sarah, the empathetic soul, claimed to feel a presence in the rustling leaves and shifting shadows, an unseen force that seemed to respond to their every breath. As darkness enveloped the landscape, the friends gathered around a flickering campfire, its feeble light casting long, distorted shadows on the cabin walls. It was then that a distant hum, low and guttural, reverberated through the air. The fire's flames flickered erratically, as if bowing to an ancient force that stirred beneath the lake. Emily's gaze fixated on the water, her eyes widening in terror as she saw indistinct figures moving beneath the surface. The lake, once a source of awe, now seemed like a gateway to a realm beyond comprehension. The friends, gripped by an inexplicable dread, hesitated but were unable to tear their eyes away from the abyss that seemed to be calling them. A sudden cold wind swept through the group, extinguishing the campfire and leaving them in chilling darkness. In that moment, the friends felt the weight of an ancient presence, a force that had been stirred from its slumber. Unbeknownst to them, the nightmare of Lake Tahoe had just begun, and the secrets lurking in the depths would soon claw their way to the surface, plunging the group into a terrifying descent into the unknown. Chapter 2. Echoes from the Past. The next day dawned with a heavy mist hanging over Lake Tahoe, shrouding the landscape in an ethereal veil. The group, still shaken from the eerie events of the previous night, sought solace in the warmth of the morning sun. Little did they know that the secrets of the lake ran deep, entwined with local legends and a haunting history. In the heart of the town, the friends visited the small, weathered local museum, its creaking wooden floors whispering tales of times long past. Faded photographs adorned the walls, capturing the essence of a community steeped in both beauty and tragedy. The curator, an elderly man with knowing eyes, welcomed the group and spoke of the ancient legends that clung to the shores of Lake Tahoe. He regaled them with stories passed down through generations, of spirits that danced on the water's surface and shadows that prowled the forests at night. As he spoke, the group felt a chill in the air, as if the very spirits he described were eavesdropping on their conversation. The curator's voice dropped to a hushed tone as he recounted the mysterious disappearance of the Turner family decades ago. The Turners, locals who had lived by the lake for generations, vanished without a trace, leaving behind an empty house and unanswered questions. Whispers of curses and vengeful spirits had lingered in the wake of their disappearance, casting a shadow over the once thriving community. As the friends delved deeper into the museum's archives, they stumbled upon a weathered journal belonging to the Turner patriarch. The journal spoke of strange occurrences, of unearthly voices echoing through the night, and glimpses of shadowy figures beneath the lake's surface. The entries grew more frantic as the Turner patriarch described a dark ritual, a desperate attempt to commune with the Deep One's mythical beings believed to reside in the lake's hidden depths. Intrigued and unnerved, the group discovered that the lake's mythology was not merely folklore. It was a living, breathing entity with a history tainted by tragedy. The Deep Ones, ancient and malevolent, were said to be guardians of unfathomable secrets, and the Turners' ill-fated attempt to make contact with them had left an indelible mark on the town. As the friends left the museum, the weight of the lake's history hung heavy in the air. The once idyllic vacation destination now felt like a stage for a dark drama that had played out over decades. The legends and the mysterious disappearance of the Turner family became inextricably linked in the minds of the friends, and an unsettling realization took root. The Deep Ones were not just myths. They were a force that had shaped the fate of those who dared to delve into the secrets of Lake Tahoe. The group, now burdened with this knowledge, couldn't shake the feeling that the ancient beings were watching, waiting for their moment to resurface. Chapter 3. A Dive into Darkness. Curiosity mingled with trepidation as the group of friends stood at the edge of Lake Tahoe, their gaze fixed on the mysterious depths below. The tales of the Deep Ones and the haunted history of the Turner family lingered in the air, but an unspoken determination fueled their desire to unravel the secrets hidden beneath the surface. Driven by an insatiable urge to confront the unknown, Emily, the adventurous soul, took the lead. With a resolute nod, she declared, "We need to explore what lies beneath, face the mysteries head-on." The group, despite lingering unease, rallied behind her, each member sharing a mix of excitement and apprehension. Word spread through the town about their daring plan, and soon a local legend emerged from the shadows, an enigmatic diver known for plumbing the lake's depths and returning with stories that bordered on the supernatural. The friends sought out this mysterious figure, an old man with weathered features and eyes that held a haunted gleam. The diver, known only as Captain Reynolds, listened intently to the friends' tale of the Deep Ones and the Turner family's disappearance. With a solemn nod, he agreed to assist them in their quest for answers. His raspy voice warned of the lake's unforgiving depths and the spirits that dwelled within, but the group was undeterred, their curiosity overriding the ominous warnings. As the day wore on, the friends and Captain Reynolds set out on a weathered boat, the rhythmic hum of the engine creating an unsettling harmony with the whispers of the lake. They anchored above a particularly deep and mysterious section, the water below appearing almost impenetrably dark. Equipped with diving gear, the group descended into the murky abyss. The cold water enveloped them like an oppressive shroud, and their flashlights cut feeble beams through the darkness. The lake, once a picturesque panorama, now transformed into an alien world, silent and foreboding. Eerie discoveries awaited them beneath the surface. Strange rock formations adorned the lakebed, taking on unsettling shapes that seemed almost deliberate. Captain Reynolds, with years of experience, guided the group through underwater caves and twisted passages, each revelation hinting at an ancient civilization or a long-forgotten presence. As they delved deeper, the friends felt an otherworldly resonance, a vibration that seemed to emanate from the very core of the lake. Shadows flickered, and glimpses of ethereal figures darted just beyond the edge of visibility. The group's heartbeats quickened, the oppressive weight of the water intensifying the surreal nature of their journey. In the silence of the deep, a chilling realization struck Lake Tahoe was not just a body of water. It was a living entity, concealing secrets that transcended the boundaries of human understanding. The friends, mesmerized and unnerved by the hidden world they explored, couldn't shake the feeling that the lake itself was watching, testing their resolve as they ventured further into the heart of darkness. Chapter 4: Whispers in the Waves. The group emerged from the depths of Lake Tahoe, their minds swirling with the haunting discoveries beneath the surface. Yet, as they returned to the shores, a subtle transformation began to manifest, one that extended beyond the physical realm. Strange dreams slithered into their sleep, and hallucinations danced at the edges of their waking reality, as if the lake's secrets had infiltrated the very fabric of their minds. Night after night, the friends found themselves ensnared in a web of dreams that blurred the line between the real and the surreal. Emily dreamt of shadowy figures beckoning her into the water, their voices echoing with ancient whispers. Mark, the pragmatic thinker, saw visions of the lake's depths consuming the world, drowning it in an inky blackness that swallowed all light. The once clear boundary between dreams and reality became increasingly tenuous. Sarah, the empathetic soul, claimed to hear voices in the rustling leaves and feel unseen eyes watching her every move. Jason, the joker of the group, found his laughter replaced by an unsettling unease, his once carefree demeanor now haunted by an inexplicable dread. The daytime offered little respite. Unsettling encounters with mysterious figures near the shore became a disconcerting reality. Shadows flitted at the periphery of vision, disappearing whenever the friends turned to confront them. A silent dread hung in the air, as if the very fabric of the lake's secrets had woven itself into the group's consciousness. One evening, as the friends gathered by the lakeside to discuss their findings, a thick fog rolled in, obscuring their surroundings. In the haze, ghostly silhouettes emerged, figures that seemed to materialize from the mist itself. Friends strained to make out faces, but the forms remained elusive, flickering like phantoms in the obscurity. Tension gripped the group as paranoia set in. The air became charged with unspoken fears, and even the camaraderie that once bound them together now seemed strained. Each friend harbored suspicions, wondering if the lake's influence had twisted their perceptions or if malevolent forces were conspiring against them. Arguments erupted over trivial matters, fueled by the undercurrent of paranoia that pulsed through their veins. Accusations were hurled like daggers, and trust, once a foundation of their friendship, began to crumble. The once unbreakable bond that held them together now threatened to unravel as the weight of the lake's secrets pressed upon their fractured minds. As the night deepened, the friends retreated to their cabins, haunted by the unsettling encounters and the growing tension among them. The dreams persisted, more vivid and nightmarish than before, leaving them teetering on the precipice of sanity. Lake Tahoe, it seemed, had not only revealed its hidden depths, but had ensnared the group in a psychological labyrinth where reality and illusion intertwined, and the echoes of the lake's whispers continued to resonate in the recesses of their minds. Chapter 5: The Forbidden Scroll. Amid the escalating tension and unsettling occurrences, the group sought solace in the town's local historian, an eccentric figure named Professor Harrington. Town's aging scholar possessed a wealth of knowledge, and his dimly lit study was a repository of forgotten lore. With a cautious glance over his shoulder, he ushered the friends into the room, whispering of a forbidden manuscript that held the key to the mysteries of Lake Tahoe. The historian, his eyes alight with a mixture of curiosity and dread, retrieved a weathered scroll from a hidden compartment. Its pages, yellowed with age, bore cryptic symbols and faded illustrations that seemed to dance with an otherworldly energy. Professor Harrington spoke in hushed tones, revealing the forbidden tale of the Deep One's ancient beings that slumbered in the lake's depths, guardians of forgotten truths. As the group listened, a palpable sense of foreboding filled the room. The scroll told of a dark ritual, a desperate attempt by the Turner family to commune with the Deep Ones and unravel the secrets veiled beneath the lake. The ritual, long deemed forbidden by the town's elders, was a doorway to a realm where mortal and eldritch forces converged. Sarah, the empathetic soul, shivered as she read the words aloud, her voice trembling with a mixture of fascination and fear. The ritual required a convergence of celestial events, a specific alignment of stars, and an ancient incantation to awaken the Deep Ones from their timeless slumber. The realization that such a ritual was even possible sent shivers down the spines of the friends. As the forbidden knowledge unfolded, the group learned more about the Turner family, the ill-fated pioneers who had dared to pierce the veil of the unknown. The patriarch, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, had sought communion with the Deep Ones in a desperate bid to uncover the lake's secrets. The consequences were catastrophic. The family vanished without a trace, leaving only whispers of their ill-fated attempt to bridge the realms. The air in Professor Harrington's study grew heavy with the weight of revelation. The group exchanged wary glances, the reality of their situation sinking in. The historian warned them of the perilous path they tread, urging caution and the abandonment of any thoughts of recreating the forbidden ritual. However, the forbidden knowledge had planted a seed of temptation within the minds of the friends. The allure of unlocking the lake's deepest secrets, despite the inherent dangers, gnawed at their sanity. The once unbreakable bond that bound them together now quivered under the weight of a forbidden truth. As the friends left the historian's study, the scroll tucked away like a forbidden treasure. An unspoken understanding lingered in the air. The ritual, once considered a dark fantasy, now loomed in their thoughts like a malevolent specter. Lake Tahoe, with its secrets and its ancient guardians, had become a twisted riddle, and the group stood at the precipice of a decision that could plunge them further into the abyss or shatter the fragile semblance of normalcy that remained. Chapter 6. Beneath the Surface. The decision weighed heavily on the minds of the friends as they gathered by the lake, the forbidden scroll clutched in trembling hands. The air was thick with a palpable tension, a sense of inevitability that hung over the group like a shroud. With trepidation and curiosity intertwined, they began the dark ritual, speaking the ancient incantation that echoed with the whispers of the Deep Ones. As the last syllable resonated in the air, the atmosphere shifted. The water's surface rippled with an unnatural energy, and an otherworldly hum filled the air, vibrating through the very core of the group's beings. The night seemed to hold its breath, waiting for the response from the depths below. Suddenly, the lake came alive. A spectral glow emanated from its center, casting an eerie illumination that danced on the water's surface. Shadows gathered, coalescing into indistinct forms that seemed to move in tandem with the rhythm of the ritual. The friends, gripped by a mixture of awe and fear, felt an unseen force pulling them towards the lake, as if an invisible current sought to draw them into its enigmatic embrace. Strange occurrences intensified with each passing moment. Unearthly whispers echoed in the air, voices that seemed to speak in a language both ancient and incomprehensible. The friends, their senses heightened, glimpsed fleeting figures beneath the water, the deep ones, elusive and ethereal, watching from the shadows with eyes that reflected the abyss. The town surrounding Lake Tahoe was not immune to the ripple effect of the forbidden ritual. Unexplained phenomena plagued the once quiet streets. Lights flickered in erratic patterns, casting ominous shadows that seemed to stretch and contort in unnatural ways. Animals howled in the night, their cries carrying an undertone of distress that reverberated through the town. As the ritual reached its zenith, the friends found themselves on the precipice of a reality twisted by eldritch forces. The boundary between the known and the unknown blurred, and the lake's secrets spilled into the fabric of the town. Buildings groaned, as if bearing witness to an ancient agony, and the very ground beneath their feet seemed to shift with the weight of an unseen presence. The friends, caught in a maelstrom of supernatural energy, struggled to maintain their composure. Their senses were assaulted by visions that defied explanation, nightmares bleeding into waking reality. Paranoia and fear clung to them like a suffocating fog, and the once clear distinction between friend and foe blurred in the midst of the unfolding horror. As the ritual concluded, the spectral glow on the lake's surface faded, leaving the group standing in the aftermath of their audacious endeavor. Town, now shrouded in an eerie stillness, bore the scars of the eldritch forces unleashed. The friends, haunted by the consequences of their actions, were left to grapple with the realization that the Deep Ones had heard their call, and the consequences of disturbing the lake's ancient guardians were only beginning to manifest. The once idyllic haven of Lake Tahoe had become a realm where the boundary between reality and nightmare was irreversibly fractured. Chapter 7: Ties to the Past. In the wake of the forbidden ritual, the town of Lake Tahoe bore witness to a chilling revelation that intertwined the disappeared Turner family with the eldritch forces awakened beneath the lake. As the friends delved into the town's historical archives, they uncovered a connection that sent shivers down their spines. Photographs and documents told a haunting tale of the Turners' descent into the mysteries of the lake. The patriarch, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, had stumbled upon the same forbidden manuscript that had guided the friends. The rituals, the incantations, they mirrored the very steps the Turners had taken decades ago. The journal entries of the Turner patriarch painted a harrowing picture. The family's attempts to communicate with the Deep Ones had plunged them into a nightmarish reality, where the boundaries between the corporeal and the otherworldly blurred. The entries spoke of shadows that whispered secrets, of ethereal figures that beckoned from the depths, and the gradual unraveling of the Turner family's sanity. As the friends absorbed the chilling revelations, the weight of their own actions pressed upon them. The echoes of the past resonated in the present, a haunting reminder that the ritual they had dared to perform was not a mere invocation, but a continuation of a dark legacy that stretched back through generation. Personal conflicts within the group intensified as the realization of their complicity in a cosmic tragedy sank in. Emily, once the driving force behind their pursuit of the unknown, now grappled with guilt, haunted by the consequences of her leadership. Mark, the pragmatic thinker, questioned the morality of their choices, wondering if the pursuit of knowledge had pushed them beyond the boundaries of reason. Sarah, the empathetic soul, felt the weight of the Turner family's agony as if it were her own. Her connection with nature now seemed like a conduit for the tortured spirits that lingered in the wake of the eldritch awakening. Jason, the Joker, retreated into a fey aid of nonchalance, his laughter now a mask to conceal the unease that gnawed at him. Trust among the friends waned as personal conflicts escalated. Accusations were hurled, like bitter arrows, each member grappling with the fallout of their collective decisions. The air around them crackled with a malevolent energy, the eldritch forces manifesting not only in the external world, but within the very fabric of their relationships. As night descended on Lake Tahoe, the friends found themselves standing at the crossroads of past and present, bound by a legacy of dark rituals and the consequences of meddling with ancient powers. The eldritch whispers that once seemed distant now reverberated in their minds, an unrelenting reminder that the ties to the past were inextricably woven into the present. The group, fractured and burdened by the weight of their actions, faced an uncertain future as the shadows of the Deep Ones loomed ever larger over their fractured camaraderie. Chapter 8. Descent into Madness. The town of Lake Tahoe became a crucible for the friends, a place where the boundaries between reality and nightmare crumbled like fragile illusions. The consequences of their actions bore down upon them with relentless intensity, and the air thickened with an oppressive darkness that seemed to seep into their very souls. Horrific visions descended upon the group, twisting their perception of the world. Emily, the once adventurous soul, found herself tormented by nightmarish apparitions, shadowy figures that whispered forbidden secrets and beckoned her towards the lake's inky depths. The once clear distinction between wakefulness and dreams blurred, leaving her trapped in a surreal nightmare that seemed to have no escape. As the group gathered to confront the escalating horrors, they discovered that Jason, the joker of the pack, was missing. Panic gripped them, and a frantic search around the lake yielded no trace of their friend. Whispers of his fate circulated among the group. Some believed he had succumbed to the eldritch forces, while others feared he had ventured into depths willingly. The line between reality and nightmare continued to blur. Mark, the pragmatic thinker, swore he saw Jason's reflection in the water, his eyes devoid of sanity. Sarah, the empathetic soul, claimed to hear Jason's laughter echoing from the shadows, a haunting sound that sent shivers down the spines of the remaining friends. The lake, once a source of beauty, now seemed like a malevolent entity, a sentient force that reveled in their descent into madness. Unexplained phenomena intensified, adding to the group's torment. Lights flickered erratically, casting distorted shadows that seemed to writhe with a life of their own. The air resonated with ghostly whispers, and the lake's surface rippled with unseen forces. The friends, gripped by a sense of impending doom, couldn't discern whether the horrors that unfolded were real or mere manifestations of their fractured minds. The search for Jason became a desperate quest to pierce the veil between worlds. Emily, tormented by her own visions, ventured closer to the lake, believing that the answers to their torment lay within its depths. Mark, torn between reason and the supernatural, clung to the hope that finding Jason would bring an end to the encroaching madness. As the group stood on the precipice of the lake, the water seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. The remaining friends hesitated, teetering on the edge of sanity. The lake, now a reflection of their own unraveling minds, beckoned them with a hypnotic allure, its depths concealing both the horrors they sought and the potential oblivion that awaited. In the enveloping darkness, the friends faced a harrowing choice to confront the eldritch forces that had gripped them or succumb to the descent into madness that awaited in the lake's unfathomable depths. The disappearance of Jason served as a haunting reminder that the consequences of their actions were not only tangible but had taken root within the very fabric of their reality. The line between nightmare and waking life had become irreversibly blurred, leaving the group teetering on the edge of an abyss from which there might be no return. Chapter 9. Unveiling the Truth. Desperation hung thick in the air as the remaining friends, haunted by visions and the disappearance of Jason, united in their quest for answers. The town of Lake Tahoe had transformed into a nightmarish labyrinth where reality itself seemed to shift with malevolent intent. As the group combed through the town's archives and sought counsel from anyone willing to share forbidden knowledge, they stumbled upon a thread that connected the Deep Ones to the disappeared Turner family. Cryptic writings hidden within the ancient scrolls hinted at the true nature of these eldritch beings, ancient guardians of cosmic secrets, their existence bound to the very fabric of the lake itself. Sarah, the empathetic soul, deciphered the writings with a heavy heart. The Turner family, in their misguided pursuit of understanding, had unknowingly become vessels for the Deep Ones. The eldritch beings, drawn by the family's desperate ritual, had merged with the Turners' essence, creating a twisted symbiosis that anchored the Deep Ones to Lake Tahoe. Revelations unfolded like pages torn from an accursed tome. The visions that tormented the friends were not mere hallucinations, but glimpses into the eldritch plane, where the spirits of the Turner family were trapped in a ceaseless dance with the Deep Ones. The friends, now bound by the same ritualistic web, realized that their actions had unknowingly perpetuated the cycle of cosmic entanglement. Time slipped away as the group raced against the impending doom. The malevolent forces, awakened by the ritual, threatened to breach the veil between worlds, unleashing eldritch horrors upon the town and sealing the fate of Lake Tahoe in eternal darkness. The friends, their sanity hanging by a fragile thread, faced an existential dilemma: undo the ritual and sever the connection to the Deep Ones, or succumb to the eldritch forces that sought to consume them. Town, now a battleground between the earthly and the otherworldly, seemed to pulse with a sinister energy. Shadows, twisted and contorted, responding to the impending convergence of cosmic forces. Unearthly whispers echoed through the air, carrying with them the torment of souls ensnared in a realm beyond mortal comprehension. The group, armed with the forbidden knowledge and driven by a desperate resolve, journeyed to the lake's edge. The waters, once serene, now churned with an ominous vitality, a manifestation of the eldritch power that lurked beneath. The friends, guided by the haunting echoes of the Turner family's legacy, prepared to confront the eldritch entities that held Lake Tahoe in a grip of cosmic terror. As the group initiated the process to undo the ritual, the air crackled with a volatile energy. The lake's surface trembled, reflecting the cosmic turmoil that unfolded. Time seemed to stretch, and the boundary between success and failure blurred with each incantation uttered. In the midst of the ritual, shadows coalesced into ethereal figures, the spectral forms of the Turner family and the Deep Ones. The air thickened with a fusion of despair and relief as the eldritch entities, their existence intertwined, faced the possibility of liberation from the eternal dance that bound them. The friends, their voices strained and bodies fatigued, persevered in their race against cosmic inevitability. The outcome hung in the balance, as the very fabric of reality trembled beneath the weight of their choices. The ritual's completion would either sever the connection to the eldritch entities or plunge Lake Tahoe into an abyss from which there might be no return. Chapter 10: The Abyss Beckons. The ritual's culmination unleashed a maelstrom of cosmic forces upon the lake, the air pulsating with an otherworldly energy. The group stood on the precipice, facing the climactic confrontation with the Deep One's ancient entities, whose existence transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. As the eldritch beings materialized, the air grew heavy with an oppressive darkness. Shadows twisted and contorted, merging with the spectral forms of the Turner family. The friends, Their resolve, tested in the crucible of the ritual, confronted the entities that held Lake Tahoe in a cosmic vice. Desperation fueled their actions as the group grappled with sacrifices and difficult choices. Sarah, attuned to the natural energies, offered herself as a conduit to channel the eldritch forces away from the town. Her sacrifice created a luminous barrier, a fragile shield against the impending abyss that threatened to consume the lake. Mark, guided by a newfound understanding, spoke words of appeasement to the Deep Ones, acknowledging the Turners' unintended entanglement with their cosmic existence. The eldritch entities, their ethereal forms wavering, seemed to pause in contemplation, their millennia-old gaze fixing upon the mortals who dared to challenge their dominion. Emily, the once adventurous soul, faced an impossible choice: to sever the connection between the Deep Ones and the lake, or succumb to the eldritch embrace that whispered secrets of untold knowledge. The weight of the decision pressed upon her, a burden that transcended the mortal coil and touched the very essence of Lake Tahoe's mysteries. The lake, now a stage for the cosmic struggle, vibrated with the forces at play. Reality itself seemed to warp and twist, as if the fabric of the universe strained against the weight of the friends' choices. The climactic confrontation between mortals and eldritch beings unfolded, each moment a delicate dance on the edge of existence. In the final moments, as the cosmic forces teetered between salvation and annihilation, a lingering sense of mystery permeated the air. The lake's secrets, though touched upon by mortal hands, remained elusive, hidden in the fathomless depths that defied comprehension. The eldritch entities, their ancient wisdom and inscrutable motives, slipped back into the abyss from whence they came. As the cosmic tempest subsided, the surviving friends stood at the water's edge, gazing into the enigmatic depths that held the town's secrets. The sacrifices made, the choices wrought in the crucible of cosmic confrontation, left indelible marks on their souls. Lake Tahoe, once a haven, retained its secrets, a testament to the unfathomable mysteries that lurked beneath the surface. The story concluded with a lingering sense of uncertainty, the lake's waters reflecting the remnants of the cosmic struggle. The friends, forever changed by the harrowing journey, carried the weight of the eldritch encounter as a haunting reminder of the thin veil that separated the known from the unknown. The abyss beckoned, and though the immediate threat subsided, Lake Tahoe retained its enigmatic allure, inviting those who dared to peer into the depths to confront the lingering mysteries that clung to the shadows below.